Hello and welcome to another note to my 50-year-old self with me, Taiwo. My name is Taiwo. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Taiwo. I am a transformational coach, trainer, and a writer. I'm also the founder of the New 50, which is aimed at people who are approaching or at midlife and who are looking to reconnect with their passion, step out of their comfort zone so they can create a next chapter with confidence, with authenticity, and without worrying about what others may think of them. And today's note to my 50-year-old self is to tell my 45-year-old self to start exercising. Yep, that's right, I said it. To tell my 45-year-old self to start exercising. Now, it's not that when I was 45, I wasn't exercising. I was doing a lot of walking. That was my main form of exercise. And so it's like a double kind of literal and metaphorical message in that for my 50-year-old self, which is that basically, yes, start exercising. Make sure that you have a regular exercise regime that you can continue on into your 50s. But there's something else there. It's about recognizing that actually things change in our bodies, and that means that the way that we were able to kind of lose weight or keep fit or whatever will be different because our bodies will be metabolically different. And so whatever we're doing in our 40s, keep doing it, but we're going to have to step it up. So the message for my 50-year-old self is to just say to my 45-year-old self, start exercising, make sure whatever you're doing is regular and that it's consistent, and you understand enough about yourself so that when things start changing, things start slowing down, it's harder to shift the weight or to even stay healthy. Because the other thing is that with the hormonal changes, our eating habits change as well. The things that we like, things that we don't like, start changing as well. And so exercise, less about the weight, but the weight can get you down, especially if you're not somebody who is used to having extra weight. That can get you down because the old way of shifting any excess weight is not going to work as effectively. It might work, but it will be slower. Metabolism is slower, so it won't be working as effectively as it used to be like 10 years before that. The other kind of underlying message, the underlying meaning behind that note to start exercising at 45 is about saying and recognizing that when you go into, as you're approaching and you're going into your 50s, just that the things that you might have worked for you may not work so well. Partly it could be to do with confidence. Midlife does kind of knock your confidence in a funny sort of way. But not to worry. That's the main thing, not to worry. It's just to be ready to to be flexible and to use the word that it's the word of the day, but I hate it, but it works, to pivot and try something different or try and adjust the way that you've been doing things so that they work for your current circumstances. The past the things that you've done in the past are not necessarily going to work. And so it's about being able to be flexible, to use what you've done in the past and what you've put into place as a foundation from which to start moving. And it might be slow, it might be challenging, but if you've got that foundation that you've been putting in through your 40s, then when you get to your 50s, then that really does help. And that is something that I would have told my 50-year-old self. I wish my 50-year-old self knew that the little foundations and things that I had been doing, the little habits and things that I had been doing, that I just needed to use those as a stepping stone to try something different and to, as I said before, pivot somewhat in terms of trying different things, in terms of navigating my way through all the changes that were happening physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But the best thing is that you get through it. You come through it the other end. And that's what I wanted to share with my 50-year-old self. I don't believe in telling people what to do. I'm just sharing what worked for me, or what I have observed coming out the other end, approaching my 60s, and what it is that I would have liked to have known that may have reassured me as I was going through the journey. So I hope some of this might help you, or you might know somebody else who's going through something, or going through body changes, or saying, I know that this is not how I did things when I was younger. When I was younger, I was a lot more confident, or I was a lot more, things were a lot easier, or whatever. Just tell your 45-year-old self, go back to what you were doing at 45 and think about the things that you were doing that were working for you, and use that as your starting point. So that's my note to my 50-year-old self for today. If you have any thoughts, if you can relate to what I've said, then please do share it in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear. If there's a note that you would like to share with your 50-year-old self, then stick it in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear that as well. I will be back again in the next couple of days, and take care, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching me, Taiwo of the New 50, where we believe that everyone in midlife deserves to create their next chapter and live it with confidence, with authenticity, and without worrying about what others may think of them. I'll see you again in a couple of days. Bye-bye for now.